Hello everybody, welcome back to another video by DissociaDID. This is Nin. I'm an integrated alter. I'm the result of Chloe and Nina integrating. If you haven't seen our video on this, then you can find it in a little card up here or in the description box below. Today I wanted to talk to you about relapsing. The stigma that surrounds relapsing implies to everybody who hears it that the individual who has relapsed has failed, or has gone back to step one, or is somehow unable to continue healing for whatever period of time. I don't feel like this is accurate, and I feel like it sends a really bad message to people who are struggling. Relapsing essentially means that you've returned to unhealthy coping mechanisms, whether this is because of a physical injury, mental injury, a mental health disorder, or just a bad or traumatic event in your life. Relapsing does not mean that you are incapable of healing. Relapsing does not mean that all the progress you've made on your healing journey up to this point has been erased, or is worth nothing, or is meaningless. Relapsing does not make you worthless or incapable of doing what you want to do. It does not mean that it's a sign saying that you should give up. It means that you're human. Everybody relapses. Whether it's been 10 years since you got clean, 10 months, 10 days, it doesn't matter. Healing isn't linear. You don't just start at the bottom and then continue in a straight line up the hill until you reach the top where you want to be. There are bumps in the road. There are cracks you can fall down. Sometimes you'll realize you've taken the wrong path and you might need to take a few steps backwards in order to find the right road that will bring you in the direction you need to go. Just because you're backtracking doesn't mean that you failed. Relapsing can be a shock to that individual and the individuals around them. If you're supporting somebody who has a mental health issue or a physical issue who has relapsed and you found out that they didn't tell you, this might not be anything to do with you. Please try not to take it personally. Relapsing can feel humiliating. It can make you feel worthless and embarrassed, ashamed. Especially if you're supporting somebody who has relapsed. It's likely that the reason they haven't told you, if they haven't, is because they don't want you to think of them differently. Especially if you're one of the only people who's supporting them, they may not want you to think that they have let you down or that they're unable to do what they wanted to. They might be scared that you'll withdraw your love from them because you're not progressing at the rate you expect them to. It's very important to be patient and supportive. It's not always going to be a perfect journey up the road. They will fall back. It's inevitable that there are going to be blocks in the road. For you and for the people you love. Even Olympic athletes fall down sometimes. They take a step too far, they sprain their ankle, they fall off the beam. It's human to make mistakes, or realizing that you've been heading in the wrong direction and turning around. That doesn't mean that you've failed or that you've let anyone down. It doesn't mean that you're incapable of reaching your goals. And it doesn't mean that just because you've had to take a few steps backwards, that you should take all your steps away from yourself and start right back at the beginning. When you're staring back into that abyss of the place where you started, it can feel so delicious and familiar and comforting. A siren's call. Just so easy to give up, to just rest for a while. It is not worth it. It takes 10 times more energy to keep going, but it will hurt 10 times more if you fall back down into that hole. Whenever you're looking at it and you feel it calling you and you just want to give up, remember why you crawled out of that hole in the first place. And remember how difficult it was. It'll take you 10 seconds to fall back in, 10 months to climb back out. It is not worth it. Just because you relapsed a little bit doesn't mean that you should be given up on and that you should relapse the whole way. Sometimes you can't help it, and that doesn't make you any less of a person either. It doesn't make you a failure, it doesn't make you less strong. We all have our own struggles in life. We all have to take it at different rates. Just because somebody else is going faster than you does not mean that they're doing it better than you. It does not mean that they're not going to relapse some point down the line, and even if they do and you don't, that doesn't make you stronger than them either. This video might be irritating to you. You might be thinking, oh my god, Nin, shut up. Stop preaching at me. This is really condescending. You don't know how I feel. You don't know the things I've been through. I'm tired. I don't deserve to get better. I don't even want people to reach out to help me because I feel worthless and shameful. I don't want to try anymore. I can't tell you that I understand how you feel. I can't tell you that I know what you've been through, and I would never try to. My life experience has been different than yours, no matter how many things we might have in common. But I can tell you that I know what it feels like to be so hurt and to feel like you failed, to have to start right back from the beginning over and over again. I know what it's like to be human, and I know that you deserve to feel good. You deserve to get better. No matter how worthless you feel, no matter how many times people have given up on you, no matter how many times people have told you that you shouldn't, it's okay to take it at your own pace, and it's okay to fall back down as long as you get back up. There's never a period where it's been too long for you to try again. There's never a time where you've fallen too far that you can't get back out. You can get back out. You might not be able to do it on your own. It might take a long time, but you do not have to stay there forever. And sometimes it feels like you can't help yourself. And it's not as easy as just saying, well, I'm gonna get better now. How? What do I do? Somebody help me. You know? I get that. I'm leaving a link in the description box of this video. It will take you to DissociaDID's Facebook page, our Facebook page, a note that we've made there. We made it right when we started this channel. Well, Chloe put it together with some help from Jade. It's an alphabetical list of helplines worldwide for multiple different disorders, illnesses, or just if you need someone to talk to. Please don't feel like you have to do this on your own, because you don't. It doesn't make you weak for asking for help. They exist to listen and advise you. Sometimes you need somebody to point the right way. That doesn't mean you have to listen to them, but it's there if you need it. Please take it. Remember that there's a community here for you, a safe community. Whatever's happening won't last forever. Know that there are people who want to listen, people who will take your word at face value, people who will believe you. You don't have to do this on your own. If you love somebody who's struggling or is close to a relapse or have relapsed, please share this with them. Share the resources that we're giving. We're going to try as hard as we can to make this as easy and as digestible as possible to find help that people need, to access the types of organizations that can actually change things rather than just saying, well, we're making videos raising awareness for mental health. That's not enough. That's not enough. We can't reach people without your help. And it's so soul destroying how many people are suffering when there is so much out here that can help. There is so much that people don't know about. So many charities, so many phone lines, so many text services, organizations that can help. We're going to put them all in one place. Help us reach the people who need to be reached. And know that there's always a place for you here. Please don't forget to subscribe if you want to support our content, and if you want to know when a new video is going up or anything else that we post, please click that bell button and select all notifications or YouTube won't tell you. If you want to keep up with what we're doing and what's going on with us, please follow us on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, or Tumblr, whatever floats your boat. As always, my sister and I wish you the very, very best. Please stay safe, everybody. Lots of love. Bye.